right, folks, here we go once again. Habbage, your host, is kicking off the Minecrafty Minecraft, according to the front screen, and our world toehold on eternity. So, when last we talked, we had returned from our venture in the Nether with a pretty good haul of quartz. It wasn't overwhelming, but we found some good terrain to work in, and kind of just balance things out. I don't know if we just come up here for a look or what, but um, we definitely have quartz to process in this episode, and if it runs anything like the last, we'll be doing a bit of building with it too. So, always fun to get that stuff going. Alright. As long as we can buy time with those guys, we can. Okay, I didn't lose all these. That's good. Man, they really scattered all over the place. I don't want to listen to you all. So lost and confused. I'm sorry, dude. It's pretty uncool of me, wasn't it? So we have 3 into 4 of those. And then we'll pull the quartz. When they're gonna break out like that, easier to split them. And something went horribly wrong. How did... Hang on, and 1, 2, 3. That was painful. Oh, getting started and shaking off the dust. So, I guess sadly or not. Oh, before we do too much of that, I know this isn't the most efficient means of doing the repairs, but we may as well give this XP a shot of coming onto the pick. And look at that, already pretty close. We can probably tote around the copper as we process this, but we've got the convenient iron storage here, so let's just leave that off. We'll put these away, hoping that's all we have to deal with of those. And one more delay here, because didn't we have... Yeah, we had been using this one to get the copper, or the cobble. So, let's make use of that too. Alright, finally, we can knock these out. I don't think I'm going to worry about the iron or copper on this one. We'll be doing enough more of this wherever that trickles in from. We don't have a real pressing need for it, so we'll just let it pile up in that chest. Same goes for whatever coal that we have. Just want to get this quartz process now. And yeah, as I was saying, no real excitement or adversity on it today, but I do think once again we're gonna have a single episode day here. A little bit to my surprise, but more information than most folks need. But I had done the multiple episodes yesterday, later in the day, and it ended up I was not heading out to do trivia and stuff with my friends. It just didn't materialize. But then, kind of on the heels of that, that wasn't kind of the driving force today. But one of my other friends reached out and was like, "Hey, there's a hockey game tonight. Let's." an away hockey game, but let's have everybody get together, go get some pizza, and watch a bit of the game and get to hang out since we didn't at the other point this week. So sounded too good to be true. So I've got a bit over an hour and a half to get this recorded and loading, and then get cleaned up and on out the door. Another nice day. I had spent a little bit of it here this morning, so it's already kind of mid-afternoon time for me when I was getting going with this. But I didn't anticipate having any plans tonight, and figured I might do a couple in the evening. But not doing that is no big problem. It's always nice to have the opportunity to hang out with friends. Get it? Don't throw it away too easily. I talked about the other night. Sometimes you don't want that. You're like, just want to chill for a bit myself, not have to be chatting, even if it's your best friends in the whole world. Sometimes you just need a bit of time to hang out and chill. But don't be too. I think that was kind of my take the other day is don't be too quick to just completely rule it off. Even if early in the day somebody's reaching out and like, hey, you want to go do something? You're not feeling it. Don't completely, never. There's no way I'm doing anything. Leave the door open and say, hey, I'm not feeling it right at the moment, but by all means, if it's a group of friends or something, you guys set some, go ahead and figure out what you guys want to do. Don't let me slow you down, but let me know what the plan becomes, because sometimes you will change your mind, and sometimes that feeling like, I'm just gonna do my own thing, can just be that kind of lethargy. It's not so much you need a break as it is you're just being a little bit lazy, and it's those times when we're out doing stuff and experiencing things and having conversations that hey, I don't know where you're at your life, but you could make a new friend. You could be there when one of your friends really needs to talk about. So just being there to support them, just as a friend, with no other insight or knowledge. Sometimes somebody else may be. I really don't need to be alone right now. I just want to go have a good time and know that I'm with people that are cool with me and want to chat. So yeah, don't just deny the opportunity or burn a bridge to go do something with other folks out in the world. Hey, but hey, I certainly do it too. But you say that, hey, I don't know that I'm feeling it. A lot of times that's right, and you won't end up doing anything with them. But I think the point I was really trying to make the other day was that as I've gotten a little older in those interactions, you learn that all the drama and stuff you see on TV and all that, people really don't care. You don't have to make these elaborate covers and all that kind of stuff. Just let them know, hey, I'm not mad at you. I'm not anything like that. It's just not a day I'm feeling like doing much of anything. So you guys go on without me, and I'll catch you on the next one. But then, be sure that you do follow up on that and make time for friends and all that. It takes work. All right, so we've got about half of this knocked out, and man, oh man, the next this hockey, I was if I was here, it's easy enough. You get a couple episodes in, you wrap up, and then I would have probably listened to the game while doing something else. I've kind of done that the last couple nights with various sports things where I'm not I wouldn't class myself as a huge baseball fan, but I'm enough of a sports fan that most years I catch as many of the World Series games as I can, and depending on what else is going on in my life or what's going on, the playoff races, the pennant races to get up to that point as well. But it's for me, it's not the same level that I put with hockey or NFL football or anything like that. So, but I've had World Series games on the last couple nights, just quiet or low volume on my TV while I've been doing other stuff, and it's been entertaining. At least I think I don't think I'm alone in feeling that. I think for a lot of younger fans, if there are young baseball fans, no offense to baseball, but it definitely feels like it's lagging behind the other sports in terms of youthful appeal. But I think for folks that have followed for me the last 10, 15 years of baseball, the Astros are up there on one of the most universally cheered against teams after the whole cheating debacle in the World Series a few years back. And the perception that maybe they kind of got by with a wrist slap for having done that. For me, mine goes back a little bit further, and Atlanta has kind of been there as well. As I've said a few times, I grew up in the Midwest, and a lot of the Minnesota sports teams the professional teams were kind of my, within my radar, let's say, growing up. And the Twins winning World Series in my childhood in 87 and 91, I want to say. Those were pretty big because I was kind of at prime age, and for all that, and oh, did you see me jump from that? That was I had heard the slime, and then all of a sudden there's lightning. I hope our barn isn't burning down. I hope we have enough lightning rods. Should we? What do we do, slime? What do we do? That was so loud in my ear. Good job, game. You got me. Jump Scare City in the true spirit of Halloween. Which, by the way, what do people have planned for Halloween? Is anybody, from what I've heard from parents and all that, and again, I'm a little past the age of like, oh yeah, all the friends are getting together and doing a big old costume party or anything like that. But from what I'm hearing, parents with kids and all that are doing the like trunk or treat. Is that what you call it? Yeah, trunk or treat, right? Kind of had, from what I know, it started before COVID. Just, schools and things didn't. I think it's kind of stupid, personally. I don't have kids. I understand it's a different world now, but man, as a kid, I loved that feeling, as I remember it now, from being a little kid. And, having the excitement of not really knowing what was going on, but getting costumes and all that kind of stuff. And we'd go trick-or-treating around in our neighborhood. And then my mom and dad would, because as a kid, you think it's late at night, right? It's in the fall, the sun's going down early. And, you're thinking like, oh, gotta wait for dark. And then it's it's all going all night, but it really doesn't. You're a kid, and your parents take you out when you're in the Midwest or here in Colorado. Some years, um, it can be pretty miserable out, chilly and all that. So I remember a lot of costumes that were worn over like winter jackets and lots of long underwear layers and all that kind of stuff as a kid. And I can't imagine what the parents went through or go through for that. You know, all this, the kids are so excited to wear their costumes and they get all dressed up in them and it's all fun. And then they got to go to the bathroom. And when you're adding in warm weather gear underneath all that, oh, what a pain. But once you get out there and do all that, I I think for those younger kids, it gets over pretty fast. You kind of do your thing, you're going all out, and then you're you're kind of done. And for a parent and all that, it's like, well, okay, now what are we gonna do? It's not even bedtime yet, and now we get kids all hopped up on candy. For us, the answer was that we went over to my grandparents, and I had some cousins that lived, kind of the opposite side from my grandparents. So all of us would do our trick or treating bit, and then I don't remember what all we did there. And I don't know, it was every year. If it was a school night or something, we probably didn't do all this extra bit. But I think my grandparents, my grandmother would have made up some kind of like a dessert, like a cake or something like that, and we might have had some ice cream or something. But I think parents would sit around with coffee, and maybe we'd have some cider or something. And um, yeah, I think it was mainly my parents and my aunt and uncle's chance to let our grandparents see us with our faces made up or masks or whatever in costumes, and take a bunch of pictures of all the kids, and yeah, everybody has fun, right? But that's relatively early on, and then so quickly as a little kid you're looking up at the older neighbors and your own friends, your siblings if you have older ones, that are out, they're getting to go on their own or with their friends, not just with the parents and all that. And it as much as any other holiday is one where you're always, it's that one you want to get older quicker as a kid, right? Like, oh, I want to be grown up so I can go trick or treating with my friends, right? When you're in first, second grade, you're wishing you were the middle school age when um, you got that next level of freedom where maybe one parent um, kind of tailed with the group and stood at the end of the drive and waved at the neighbors as you all went up to the door. And then, um, a few short years after that, those same kids are the ones running wild. I never got the axe, but we're not short anything here now. All right, let's hope our barn didn't catch fire. The walls, that was kind of the deal on why we pulled off the lightning rods. We had pretty good coverage on the walls themselves, so it's more the rafters. We smell smoke? Shh, shh. Hear any crackles up there? Smell-o-vision in Minecraft isn't working quite as well. I don't think I have a bed on me, but I really want to. Okay, good. Whether it was lightning rods or not, they did their purpose. We need to get a bed, which I think I have here in the toolbox. Yep. And obviously, I talked about the phantoms. Oh, I guess we had been in the Nether, hadn't we? Thought we were done with that. Um, I didn't really bother to grab any supplies. I was really worried about that. Um, Possibility let's do those as well. I don't know how far that'll take us. Clear that for our inventory's sake. This is just a spare. I think one. Oh, did we already put away all the netherrack and everything? Hope. And we got lots of blocks we can just pull out up there. Okay, let's go. So I think I did some Googling of barn while I was processing the last video. Big Red Barn is what I said. Somebody wrote a book about them for kids' book kind of thing, all pictures and all that kind of stuff. So I had a nice opportunity to see that. Now I think get you out of the way, get you out of the way. Maybe do these 3 block types. I think we're gonna do this. That was probably not the block to use there. Do I go get it? Let's go do this one. With a less precious block, like stone. Not sure about these corners yet, but I think this might be a decent look. And then here, I'm just going to go and that actually works because I think we're going to come up here. And do two of these. So part of what I was looking at a couple things. One was the ends of barns, like the I think we got enough room. Let's just do all these. You know, that end wall. What do those look like on barns really when setting these things up? I think if we go here, still a long way, but not that long. The one thing is that there are a lot of them have more windows than I like. You know, I think a lot of the pictures that you get, and I literally just Googled Big Red Barn, Google Images. there's some things Google can do pretty well, and I think that fits pretty well. But what I'm thinking about doing is actually shifting those to leave 2 open in the middle. So it'll be a 6x4 with 2 open in the middle that would be the open doors slid back, like halfway, right, of the opening. So that's one thing I'd like to look into doing. More like what we did here. But instead of being fully open like this, we would just have them offset the one so that the space is smaller than the 2, or the same as each of the individual doors. And then from there, it's really all over the place. Some of the doors have big X's. I don't think I would like what we could put together for X's out here. All right, now I need to make these corners the same. Oh, oh. So now we're going to end up going, oh no! Oh, this is all going very wrong now. Can I just do that? Okay. Then, what do we have here? Oh. And we are all over the place. There. Don't goof that up. And then here. Yeah, I mean, clearly in real barns, that's an area where barn owners can be a little creative and choose their own stylizing. And you can tell that a lot of these are a lot of the things that I saw that are that kind of traditional shape have been modified probably for homes or whatever. You know, they're not just houses for animals anymore. All right, now do these. And one more here. Let's go get this before I forget. So what also, when I was really looking at the two things were in almost no cases that I saw were there any let's do these, any white lines horizontal across this type of area that just went up. Now you may have other windows and things within this space, but as far as decoration, really wasn't too much. And I think that's going to come into play next row up. Up here. And maybe on this one, let's go. Yeah, I'm going to have to. It's one too many. I'm going to have to continue to withhold judgment on what we do with these guys, but this may 2, 3, 4. Oh. One, two, three, 4. Oh. This may be one of those epically bad ideas, but this will kind of help to gauge our height on these roof pieces as we go up. still doesn't quite get us all the way over, does it? Let's get this cleared off. Let's sleep. We got to get more scaffolding too. And we may be hunting more logs here before too long. I would have guessed maybe we were set for the build, but let's plank those. Grab a full stack of these. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's just split it, right? I don't know how far height-wise this is gonna take us, but I don't want to have to be wasting time with it more than we have to. All right, where are we at? 31:30. Pretty good. A little snack while we're down here. Now we're back up. Okay, so we need to fill this to keep pace. Again, fortunately, this side, we don't need to worry about any decor or anything. But what I'm hoping is that this will magnify and outstrip the one below it and give us a kind of palette on the inside boundary of that white to maybe make a design. I don't know what that might be. We may do the reverse and try to make like a red cross of wood, or I kind of would like to toy around with red terracotta, but there's no need to rush for that. Let's do this. I'm kind of not looking forward to the next step, but that's why I'm not looking forward to the next step. But nothing to do but to do it. Don't want to fall down that 2-block gap. So on barn roofs, most everyone that I saw had kind of a 2-tiered roof. And a lot of barns will have side wing buildings built out to the sides. More along the style of architecture that I get into for a lot of houses, really. And I think we're going to do some more of that type of building, but as outbuildings as opposed to just made into one sprawling super barn. We'll see how we use this. And how all that comes to pass. Now, here we're back for another flip. And let's do the same down here. And then we've got another course of these, which is lava, but with much bigger falls on either side. And again, they wouldn't be fatal falls, but they really will slow us down. Much more of a time concern than the lava even is in the nether when we happen to get off our backing brick placing track. So take it a little easy. Alright, there's those. Let's go do this on this side, and I'm thinking this is going to be the middle of 3 tiers of this steep 2 with step climb angle. And then once we get up to there, which should take us, we're going to have those same 3 heights. So 2 more bricks up above these. So 1, 2, 3. So we'll be halfway up there. Our next stage, 1 in from this, will take us up to the top of that, and then we'll just have an apex at the top of the roof, which will just be staired in, because they almost all have this 2-tiered roofing style. Now, I never got the other. Is that right? That's a block and a half? Or are those 2 blocks? What's going on? Oh. Uh-oh. So that makes sense, right? These were placed, so we had 1, 2 on this side. Oh, we never did. We did 2 over here. Okay, so this is still the stairs getting placed here. I hope this is right. And then those will all be bricks alongside that, right? That's a brick. A step. That goes there. That gets broken. And then we do stairs all the way across here and blocks over here. And that makes the 3rd. See if you're just perfect to the edge with the amount of. Oh, watch me run out. I'm all up here and trying to get in a zone. Man, that is too much scrutiny on that little black line. Nice white blocks. Lots of contrast, but you can kind of get lost. It's weird looking back under my feet at the those potatoes. I think those are the potatoes, right? Not terrible. Always room for improvement. All right, then we do another one of these. If we do inner edges on the roofs there with stairs, we can do that with scaffold and dirt blocks or something to reach. I know we will eventually replace that, but it's just going to be in the way. Alright, let's get back on over here to this course. Yeah, I'm a little more worried about the outer edges right now than the inside, but I do think stairs underneath those lips would be good too. We'll go outside and take a look, make sure I didn't mess anything up, and that it's all nice and uniform before we go further, but get the night over with here. Alright, come on, come on. Those old threshing doors. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, so nice having those fields all filled in. Okay, so this is kind of the look we're going for. Is that this will rise up steeply, just as the other did, and so we'll have a couple more stages of that, and then it's going to angle in on itself above this square. And I think that'll be okay. But I'm wondering if maybe we should drop one of those rows of bricks. That may be too steep, and leave these looking too tall for the rest of the barn. Yeah, I think we're gonna do some scrubbing. I don't think I would have known looking at it until I had that next stage up on top of it, but I think it's a little too much. And that's a shame. But a good shame, it's the discipline that we want this to look good, not just, yeah, we did it and we got fed up at the end and just wanted to get it done. So, man, if we took 3 or 4 of those off, I think 4. Well, maybe 3. I see you down there, you bandits. Do not try to hit 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There would be that done. Then, oh, this is going to be messy. Okay. All the rest of this stuff I can kind of deal with. May have to do some cleanup down below. Ooh, 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 okay, one more there. So, this means that, let's just pare some of that back a little bit. These are all going to be our reset of these. There and there. This will just be there. So we're just taking out that middle tier. I think I should go get all this before we start jump placing all those blocks. Can't afford the waste on the quartz especially, and that probably means a lap outside, just to be sure, for what I hope is nothing, but I'll go real quick here and then run away. Don't want to waste more time than we have to. Alright, let's go see if we can get the... That was the door. Let's go see if we can get this back up to where it was on the reduced scale. Yeah, I guess that kind of lingered from an earlier thought I'd had of doing like a 3-tiered where we'd have a steep level and then a moderate and then a flat. But I was a little surprised to find that there really isn't much of a flat on the top. I thought the barns kind of broadened out in 3 steps where you had a steep edge and then kind of an intermediate, which would have been the 1-step blocks, and then kind of a flat thing that we would have done with stepped half slabs or something. And there really didn't seem to be many results that I saw that showed that being the case. Much more just a two-step system of roof where it goes from pretty steep to not quite as steep. All right. Let's try this side. Ooh. This is just the crouch, but maybe this is the slow and steady we need. Yeah, I just think having looked at it from that far end, it'll look more proportional. It won't look quite as skyscraper shaped from the end. And I think it was getting a little bit that way. Now, this is not my strong direction. Really shouldn't matter at all, should it? But I guess that's just the whole either your right side or left side dominant, and kind of deal with it, right? This can go, so we can get over the top of that. Now, what do we do here? We went down there. Should I maybe have left that? Eesh. Well, too late now. We were changing it anyway. I don't think there's much to be gained by running up and down, wasting time, and be warned. That shape there is not what I'm worried about at the moment as like a template or anything like that. That is just the anything fall we can grab while we're down here. That's why we have the gates. Okay, back up. We may be able to sleep before we go all the way up. Let's get all these pieces while we're here. I'll have to get those beams. Really feeling the pressure of time to whatever extent it's a factor here. At least we only had a couple there. Alright, bed. And then we'll go back up and try to clean the rest of the supplies up after we have a steak. So yeah, this bringing that down was to adjust the spacing between these two. And that does overhang on both sides just right. Glad to see that. Alright, now this. What we don't want to fall off of again. Alright, so we should be getting decent at this now, right? That's the idea. Axe back. Go here. There. We come here. That. Do that. Make sure it's aligned the right way. Break that. Down to this side and do the same thing. Here. There. There. No. That's right. We want to try to get down there and get a look before we finish up, right? Okay. Slow and steady on this. At least now we know we won't run out, right? Because we have already placed all these ones. And then here. What? Why do I demand that I do that the off direction? Okay, let's go take a peek, pick up whatever it was that we dropped, hope that the pillagers are out of the way. Guess maybe we'll have to deal with you guys. I don't like to waste the time, but... Don't you hit my cows, all you distant guys. Alright, was that all of them? No banner? No ill effect. So I really think from a distance, already at this end, it seems steep. When you get off to an angle, it's going to look much better in that. But I think it would have been ceiling way up there. So we'll do 3 of these. So we're kind of beginning our step up. So we'll have one more there, and then I think that should get us up. We may have to do 4 actually to get us with enough spacing around this that it doesn't look like it's just merging with the roof. We'll see how it plays out, but I think that's a good improvement on our roof line and just the angle, so that we'll have a good change of it, and we'll just kind of watch the angle as it goes and the proportion of the building and everything. Should end up looking pretty nice. Now, let's look right now, make sure I'm not already over. It's 56.55, is perfect. Let's come back down here. We're going to make some more stairs before we go. So we're down to 18. This is really going to eat up our blocks. But that should buy us enough to do another stairs and another course, at least in the middle, in our next episode. So, a little trial and error, a little production there. But we got our quartz all cooked, so we'll have a little bit of building to start us off in the next one. And then likely we'll be headed right on back to the Nether for more gathering. I don't know if anything will sidetrack, because nothing's occurring to me just yet. But that would kind of be the expectation, and the plan is that we will need to get back there and get more quartz. But whether we do it directly or have any other little mini projects along the way, not too sure. We'll see how we're all feeling, but more here in the barn to start us off in the next one. For now, I want to thank you guys so much for continuing to come and hang out. Really do appreciate it. Spread the word. Let folks know if they like hardcore vanilla Minecraft. This is the place to be. And stay awesome. We'll see you all soon. Bye now.